Slightly late, but we're live. It's go time. Alright, let's see. So last we left off, we had dealt with a couple of the Titans we encountered. What? The first time it was just Greer. Then we found out that there was another one, Decima. And then we found out that we didn't actually kill Greer. So it was Greer and Decima, and we had to deal with both of them. And,
the feline companions
see, we had found out that Waiting Sorrow was around here, and we ended up bringing her back to the Wizard's Tower. Well, she wanted to go.
Wow.
And she brought us there. So
Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks.
Why, thank you.
it was good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Now where we are though, we need to head to the Durmand Priory. Steward Gix wants us to look at some research, was it? I think. There was a letter that I was going to read and then forgot to read. Let's see. It was the next part of the story that we hadn't done, so let me load in and then we can read that real quick. Urgent Priory Business. Steward Gix, Urgent Priory Business. Commander, Farah Baleseeker, our leading Titan Archivist, is missing. Farah is the reliable source, so her disappearing like this is highly out of character. I last ran into her checking out some materials here at the library. Nothing unusual about it. I'm told that you, Malice, and Kaith have been researching the Titan's whereabouts. You three should have a look around Farah's office yourselves. When you arrive, I'll have Archivist Sestina show you to Farah's research station. Given these outstanding circumstances, you three will be granted access to the Priory regardless of membership. Make haste, Steward Gix. Thank you. Trial and error. Let's go. Okay. Cave.
Commander, look at
Malice.
this place. No wonder they keep it under lock and key. Never could convince any priory to let me have a peek at these shelves. Now that I'm in, I might never leave. Is that... Burn me, they've got both copies. What else are they hoarding in here?
We'll have plenty of time to browse later. The books aren't going anywhere. Farah, however...
Gix said an archivist, Sestina, would show us to Farah's station. Let's start there.
Okay. I can talk to you. Hold on. No, I can't. Probably can in either the open world or these the story instance. That's fine.
Welcome. Gix said to expect you. Sestina, Farah's mentee. I'm holding down the fort while she's... Honestly, I have no idea what she's doing, or where she is. Nobody does. It's very unlike her.
Gix said the same. She doesn't seem the type to just run off.
Even her research station looks like she abandoned it mid-thought. Here, come see for yourselves. Farah's been spearheading our Titan research efforts, gathering notes on history, biology, etc. Hoping to find some sort of exploitable weaknesses. Of interest to you three, I'm sure.
You have no idea.
As is Farah's well-being.
I can empathize with why she'd feel so invested.
Obsessed, more like. Your last encounter with that third Titan Ura sent Farah down an absolute rabbit hole. I've known her to get absorbed in her work, but this time, she was a woman possessed. Leading up to her disappearance, she was buried under tomes at her station all hours of the day. I wondered if she might be sleeping there. And then she was gone. Here we are.
Buried under tomes. You weren't kidding.
I've been trying to sort through it all. Thought maybe there'd be some clue in her research as to where she went. But, as you can see, it's a daunting job for one person.
We'll take it from here. Let you know if we find anything.
Anything of note, Commander?
Well, yes. Though it probably doesn't help our search much. It's some notes and first-hand accounts by the Coden. And us. Suppose the ward would keep the Priory informed. The Coden accounts seem aligned with ours. Spawn Titans led by progenitors, strange communication methods, bloodstone thirst.
Probably doesn't help our search, but it's good info. Let's take note, but keep looking.
Mistide Journals, entry 4. No time to grab my journal. I'll just scribble this here and add it to the rest of the entries. I'm back at the Priory. It's the middle of the night, and finally, days and nights of research have paid off. Since leaving Janthir's entry, all I've wanted is a reason to go back. I haven't been able to think of anything besides the questions I left unanswered there. Now I have my reason, and I may very well have my answers. It's all too much to explain here. I need to get going. I'll write more when I reach the Isle. See. Any more hints or clues in here?
You look focused, Commander. Find something?
Maybe. It's about the Titans and their environments. Faith has her own section in this one.
Oh?
You're talking about Greer's effect on the swamp ecosystem. One of the lowlanders made similar comments.
Don't even remind me of that putrid place. This must be from when I was speaking with the tree tenders. What else?
Mentions the Titans merging with their environments. And that Ura's steam walls might be a clue to her location.
Now we're getting somewhere. Where there's steam, there's...
A geyser, perhaps?
Farah seems to think so. She suggests Mount Balrior.
What are we waiting for?
Before we go chasing geysers up and down the aisles, let's be sure there's nothing more to see here.
Okay, nothing else in there. Something not in that spot. Okay.
I'm coming up empty. How about you two?
Same, I'm afraid. Commander?
Sistina was right about Farah becoming obsessed with this research. Her journals say she was running a side project on the Mistide storms and their connection to the Titans.
I can see why she'd think the two connected. How, I'm not so certain.
Well, neither was she. She wonders if the storm's energy amplifies Bloodstone, drawing the Titans to its power.
Would explain their fixation on it.
She's still not sure what the energy is, or if the Titans influence the storms as they do other environments. At least, not where the journals leave off.
Maybe she found a lead and rushed off to test it, confer with someone, panic.
Hopefully not the last, or we may need to do the same.
Janthir Century Field Research. Symbiosis of progenitors and spawn. After killing multiple Titan spawn with his hunting party, Lowland Coden, born from Thunder, speculated that smaller spawned Titans were acting as ancillary limbs for larger progenitor Titans. Battle accounts from the former pack commander and allies support these claims. We know these progenitor Titans to be Greer, Decima, and most recently, Ura. Presence of migration. The Titan spawn are spread out across the Isles and have made landfall across Lowland Shore, threatening the Coden inhabitants. While their exact origin point is still unknown, early sightings place them near Mount Balrior. Inner core biology. Accounts from Lowlander Rainless Meadow cited the progenitor Titan Greer as having a glowing inner core exposed upon damage to his body's exterior armor. A similar core was seen by the former Pact Commander and allies during an altercation with Decima, suggesting a biological consistency. Both accounts note the core's sensitivity to outside forces. Communication practices. Accounts of the progenitor Titans suggest an ability to communicate among themselves and with their opponents across great distances using storm-like calls and other interspecies communication. This information has been confirmed by Astral Ward Scout Brenwyn, the former Pact Commander Kaith, and Malice. Bloodstone. Restoration and regeneration. Concerningly, the accounts from Astral Ward member Pela claim that the progenitors and spawns alike seem highly drawn to Bloodstone. Many have been spotted feeding upon Bloodstone shards to promote regeneration, in addition to requiring additional rest. Similar findings were noted in field research conducted by the former Pact Commander, Kaith and Malice. Right. Let's see, anything in this room? Mistide Journals. Entry 1. First day on Janthir Century is in the books. Should probably explain what I'm even doing here. The Tearing Alliance reached out to the Durmand Priory for some extra help studying the Titans. Gix told them he had just the expert for the job, and here I am. For being so new to this global scene, the Alliance has been quick to establish itself. Already they've enlisted help from the Astral Ward, the Safari Tree Tenders, and now the Priory. And the word is the former Pact Commander is even running around out here. I still can't believe my luck. Reading about Titans from historical tomes is one thing. Potentially seeing them in the wild, that's a whole other beast. I figure journaling will help me keep track of my day-to-day in the field. If I see anything interesting, maybe a Titan, claws crossed, I can jot down the details while they're still fresh. Anyway, a storm's rolling in, so I'd best find some shelter. Sounds like it's gonna be a mean one. Entry 2. So much for daily journaling. I've been so deep in research I keep forgetting to write about it. Lately, I've been interviewing Coden stationed on the Isles about what they've seen. Some even gave eyewitness accounts of their own personal Titan sightings. I'm working on compiling them for Alliance and Priory records. While the interviews are going well, Janthir Century's frequent storms are unsettling. I expected a harsh climate. The Isles are practically famous for it, but these storms are unlike any I've experienced. They're strong, sure, even violent at times, but there's just something deeply unsettling about them. They're also peculiarly consistent. Because of that, I can't stop wondering about them, so I've made it a little side project of my own to learn all I can about them, and I hear the rumblings of one brewing, right on cue. Entry 3. My brain is going so fast I can barely write quickly enough. Turns out that my side project studying the Isles storms is going to be better than expected. I have been asking around, and according to those stationed here a while, the storms in the Janthir Century worsened around the same time the Titans first appeared. Even more curious, the Titans appear to thrive in these storms. Why? I don't know for sure, but my guess has to do with the Bloodstone. Several accounts of the Titans during mist-tide storms report them feasting especially ravenously on Bloodstone shards. Once satisfied, they act particularly energized and aggressive. This effect is even true for those appearing injured or in poor health beforehand, and for whatever reason, it only seems to happen during storms. So many thoughts here. Is there something in these storms' energy that bolsters Bloodstone? Would explain the amplified effects, and also why they feel so off. Then, what is this energy? Where do these storms even come from? Previous research suggests the Titans negatively what? Be cut off, how dare. Let's see, we're back in this room. Is there... Hold on. Haven't been in here.
That scrawling looked rather frantic. Should we be alarmed?
She's in Janthir Century. Found something in her research, then left in the middle of the night. Doesn't say what.
Did she give an exact location?
No. But the area near Mount Balrior still seems like our best bet.
Let's tell Sistina what we know, then move out.
Sistina. Where are you? Over... in this room? Or you're up above, aren't you? You are.
You found something.
Farah's in Janthir Century. Thinks she's made a breakthrough in her research.
What is it?
That we're not sure of. But she's been stitching together all sorts of threads regarding the Titans' behavior. Particularly their relation to Bloodstone and Mist's tides. She also thinks Ura is hiding in a geyser-heavy area.
For all we know, she could be out there trying to track Ura down herself.
What is she thinking? Going to those Isles alone and not telling anyone? Sanctioned fieldwork is one thing, but this is a death wish.
We should be able to extract her without much issue, provided she hasn't done anything too rash.
Everything about this is rash. Go, find her, and extract some foolishness from her while you're at it.
We'll do what we can. Best we get going.
Meet you there, Commander. We'll notify the Alliance and let the Lowland Council know to expect us.
There's more I can read. Hold on. Alright. Titans and Environment, Observation and Speculation. Greer, Bionomic Influence, Swamp. Called the Rotbringer by locals familiar with his putrid air, Gear's form has taken on the characteristics of swampy regions of its slithering outskirts. Lowland Coat and Rainless Meadow, stationed near Old Gavril Plaza, succinctly described the Titan as swampy and gross. She recalled, "The smell curled the fur on my nose." An account taken by the Alliance from the Silvari Caith summarized Gru's presence as follows: "I sensed the sickness the moment I set foot in the area. You don't have to be a Silvari to tell the environment's ailing. One whiff is proof enough. But to also feel the misery of those innocents, the plagued plants, the poisoned waters, the leaves curled by death, the mere memory makes me sick. Being there was nearly more than I could bear." Decima. Bionomic influence, storm. While not as off-putting to the senses, Decima's intrusion upon the Stricken Plains ecosystem has proved equally detrimental. The Stricken Plains, as their name suggests, are known for frequent lightning strikes. Decima's presence appears to have increased this frequency exponentially. Research conducted by Tyrian Alliance and Astral Board members indicates a near constant risk of wildfires. The burn risk poses a major threat to the safety of individuals, wildlife, and vegetation in the area. Lowlanders report a dramatic drop in the season's crop field, fearing food shortages for the coming winter. Ura. Bionomic influence? Unknown. Due to her discovery being so recent, Ura's exact bionomic influence is yet to be determined. According to the Alliance accounts from former Pact Commander and allies, Ura used explosive steam walls to deter combatants. Based on what we know of Gur and Decima, this manner of attack is no accident. It may also be key to discovering the geographical region of her hiding place. The use of steam may suggest geyser. I thought I had a staff on. Swap to air to staff 4 so I could go faster. And then I can't go faster. Glad you arrived when you did. Archivist Sestina was about to march to Janthir herself to fight Farah, and Gix would have led her just to get some quiet around here. She wouldn't have made it far, at least. I don't know Sestina or Farah all that well, but they seem passionate. Passionate maybe used to subtle. Obsessed, more like. Farah's focus is the envy of any Ren student director. Never drops the lead. She was Sestina's mentor, too, which might explain a few things. Session put to a good cause. Admirable. And all the way up this way. Ah, the other person I couldn't talk to. Can I help you? Did Farah ever mention how the Titans organize their spawn? I recall something she read or observed. They seem to favor their progenitor, the originating Titan, acting against the body's natural defenses would. Upon the progenitor's death, however, she's uncertain. Alright. Janthir Sentry, let's go. This waypoint is the closest. That's one of the daily things to do a Rift event, so let me just real quick.
Another.
Fired up! Such might! Feel the burn!
I let the thing come out.
Charged up!
Sharper still.
It'll fetch a nice price.
There you go. Okay. Quick and easy. Regal waiting for me. Trial and error, Janthir Century. Hello, my friends.
Loki, this is a surprise. You seem in good spirits.
When we told the Lowland Council our plans, he jumped at the chance to help.
Better to put myself to use than mope around. Plus, it's one less worry for my paw. Got plenty enough of that. Get to it, shall we? So, this Farah, she's a researcher, and kin to our Malice, yes?
Well, she was Flame Legion originally. So more like what a Northern Coden is to a Lowlander.
Ah, a long-lost cousin.
Well, yes, I suppose so. Lost, at the very least.
Charged up.
What's that ahead?
Seems they're timetables of storm
Flooding.
patterns. And they match Farah's writing from the looks of it.
Unless the field sprouted notes of its own. I take it we're on the right track. Feel the burn! Charged up! Lightning bolt!
Vent shots and Fuma rollers.
More pages ahead.
Carrying needed supplies on foot is
Charged
heavy
up.
enough. Who drags along their weight in paperwork?
A researcher, obsessed. Huh. Interesting.
Titan spawn! We're surrounded. Weapons ready!
Can't finish a damned thought without these things interrupting.
Lucid Boulder. That's one of Decimus.
That's all of them.
As I was saying,
Fire
they're
up!
field notes on spawn emitting steam and sulfur, characteristic of Ura.
Aligns with Farah's work. If she's documented them, I'd suppose she's met them. But is she equipped to defend herself?
It's rare a Priory scholar is also skilled in combat.
Best we get to her before any more spawn do.
On me.
Farah? Hold on, we're almost there.
Where are you at? Oh, there you are. Hi. How you doing?
Careful! Careful!
Lightning bolt! Air! Feel the burn! Charged up!
Should be all of them. Are you hurt, Farah?
I'm fine. It's my study that's ruined. You killed my specimens.
You were cornered. What was your exit plan? Paper cut them to death?
It's called
Charged up.
observation. Just because you see something doesn't mean you have to kill it, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Force of habit.
Regardless, going in these wilds alone is a fool's move. As is not telling anyone you're here.
Gix was so concerned he asked us to track you down. And Sestina is worried sick.
Worried wyverns, those two. Figured I'd be back before they noticed. Guess it has been a few days. Well, since you're here, I've got a job you might like. Puts all that aggression to use. Follow me.
What's this job, exactly?
Testing a theory. So, those spawn I was observing, I'm certain they're Urus. But for now, take a look around. We're not far from the sulfur baths, but notice the difference?
Smells less like a rotten egg in a smelting oven.
True, the air is fresher and clearer. Don't see any steam, do you?
Nothing to cloud up the sun. You've been charting weather patterns here. Why?
To keep track of him.
Him? Greer?
I've been watching him since I arrived. Each day, he ventures further out, expanding his territory. But the moment the rain clears, he scurries back to the baths.
You've been studying the storms. Your notes said they seem to bolster the Titan's power.
Appreciate you keeping up on my work. Now you can help me test that very theory. And better we do so with the spawn before we face its progenitor. He's large enough to approximate Ura, physically and biologically. But he's weaker. We learn him, we learn Ura.
We came to rescue her from danger, and here she is, ready to toss us right into it.
But she does have a point. If we're going to kill Ura, we need our strategy set beforehand.
Knew you'd see reason. You get ready. I'll get in place for observation.
Other than this time, let's go.
During this trial, I'll be asking some questions for my research. Don't overthink, just answer.
Fire burns!
Scale of 1 to 10. How stressed are you?
Scale of 1 to 10, how stressed are you?
The last 3 attacks in order of pain inflicted.
Charged up.
Okay, the clouds are parting. Describe any changes in it. Weaker attacks? Loss of
Feel
stamina?
the burn!
He's putting
Fired
up
up.
less resistance.
His hits aren't landing as hard. Charged up.
Seems he's losing stamina.
Exactly what I wanted to hear. This is going right to the Priory Library for display.
How are you so cheery about all of this? Doesn't it piss you off? What these things did to us? To everyone?
They're fascinating beings. Powerful, mysterious, on a scale all their own, and perfectly indifferent to us. What use is moral outrage toward creatures with no concept of morals?
That does certainly put it into perspective.
Maybe. It makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
Well, I'd say the weather made an obvious difference in the spawn's strength.
So if we can confront Ura during a break in the storm, we may have a chance.
We still need to scope out her lair.
I've noticed a high concentration of Titan spawn at the base of Mount Balrior since I arrived.
And there's a good chance Ura is hiding at the top and having her spawn guard the place. We may have some luck on the timing of this. Before we left, I caught word of a storm report from the ward. They're predicting a break in the storms within the next few days. If they're right, we'll need to act fast.
Let's aim for the day after tomorrow, but no later. That'll give us time to prep and get word out.
Malice and I will head to Lion's Arch and inform the Alliance.
I'll go tell Pa. He'll want time to call a council meeting.
That leaves the Astral Ward. I'll make my way to the tower now.
Alright, let's go. Although I have a feeling it actually wants me to go through Lowland Shore. Probably. That's probably what it wants. We'll load in, find out we had to go to Lowland Shore, then go along Lowland Shore. Oh well. Waiting. I have a vague memory of this happening. It's gotta be like almost 6 months ago at this point. Yeah, Lowland Shore. It's just not super far away. Still fairly cheap to go there.
Where is everyone? Never seen it so empty in here.
War room.
I had to act! My people were in danger. I couldn't abandon them again.
Irony so rich I could gild the tesserae with it.
Lock.
We're in the middle of something. Are you oblivious or just dense?
It's me.
Oh, thank the stars.
Hi.
Quickly. I can't stand it any longer. They've been arguing for days. Literal days.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to have a discussion. But it's off derailed by my interlocutor's perpetual outbursts.
A discussion? That's what you called that tirade of yours earlier? Think they heard you in the Shiver Peaks.
Go address the room. If you don't have a report, make something up. Before they get a second wind.
Fortunately, I have some news. We located Farah, the missing researcher, and Janthir Sintry. She was conducting some extracurricular studies on Ura's spawn and the bolstering effects of the Mist's tides. While there, she volunteered us to test this theory by battling one of Ura's greater spawn. And sure enough, as soon as the storm cleared, the spawn weakened significantly.
See, Ren? Those storms are off. You don't need to be from the Isles to sense that.
I've been on that train of thought from the start. Why do you think I had the ward tracking them in the first place?
Mal told us your predictions for the storms breaking these next couple days. We can use that to our advantage. We'll use today and tomorrow to get our preparations in order. The following day, we'll strike. That's the plan.
So it is. I'll call together a meeting to inform the ward. We'll return to our discussion later.
Don't rush on our accounts. Finally. Thought we'd never get a moment's peace. Not with that old gas bag here.
Sorry you got caught in the middle of this. Years of pent-up rage just waiting to be unleashed on me. Now we get to witness it in real time.
The battle should keep them occupied for a while.
Us too. I should get back to Harvest Den. Need to help Alder with preparations.
Perfect. I'm excited to finally see it. You can catch me up along the way.
At least let me give you the obligatory, you don't have to come if you don't want to.
Noted. And ignored.
Well, that's settled. Wayfinder, you keep an eye out for mail. You should be receiving something from Alder soon.
What? Ah, yes, of course. Stoic Alder, Feast of Battle's Eve invitation. It is with a disquieted heart that I declare a new Battle's Eve is upon us. Few moons have passed since we last gathered for such an occasion. While our prior bravery and sacrifice were repaid in victory, I'm afraid we've no time to rest on our laurels. We do, however, have time enough to feast before we heed battle's call, and so I invite you to join our barrakin for an eve of food, drink, and dance. Let us prepare for tomorrow by celebrating the joys of today. Your humbled claw, Stoic Elder.
I'll mark this among my
Can I just waypoint there? Can I skip the loading screen? No, I cannot. Oh yeah, it's back to Lowland Shore. I forgot we weren't in the Wizard's Tower. Okay, so we'll head back to... Oh my goodness. Sky scale. J-Bot boost and Griffin.
Charged up.
Almost landed directly on it. Slightly forward.
Oh, Wayfinder. I see you got Pa's invitation. Between us, he gets a bit sappy about that sort of thing. Though, I suppose the Battle's Eve feast isn't exactly a joyous occasion. More of a precautionary goodbye. But, well, we shan't. Still plenty of fun to be had. Although your Alliance pals look to be having none of it.
Aside from me, Kaith, and Malice, they don't know the Lowlanders very well yet.
Shall I introduce them? Pressure them to mingle? If all else fails, some honey wine should do the trick.
Appreciated. But you just enjoy the festivities. I'll see if I can loosen them up.
Hello, team. So, there's a chance they don't have voice lines, but I've heard that some people haven't had voice lines for reasons. I think they do. I think I've heard they do. But just in case, I might have to voice them, so be prepared.
Seems like you don't know what to do with yourselves.
After decades of leaving bonds with the Lowlanders untended, it appears I have my work cut out for me.
This place is a bit rougher around the edges than Her Majesty's royal court. Although, I don't mind the change of pace.
The Lowlanders may look intimidating, but appearances can be deceiving. And they could say the same about some of us.
I wouldn't characterize it that way.
How about I introduce you to a few of the council members? Might help break the ice.
Let's see.
For starters, Queen Jenna. There's someone you might like to meet.
Ah, and Fading Aurora is the name we'll be sticking with, correct?
Ah, I suppose Anise was present for the grand reveal.
Based on Anis's recollection, grand is certainly one way of putting it.
Where? Oh, Waiting Sorrow. Right.
Aurora, I'd like you to meet a colleague and friend of mine, Queen Jenna of
Colleague
Prida.
and friend.
Your Majesty. Well, this is an honor.
Likewise, Fading Aurora. I've heard much about the town's healing master. All of it impressive.
Firstborn Dagonet to Soaring Crest.
Dagonet, I know someone you'll have plenty to chat about with.
I'm eager to make their acquaintance.
Soaring Crest? Oh yes, the Agriculture Master. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Dagonet, meet Soaring Crest, Agriculture Master. Expert in Janthir's ecosystem and plant life.
Most things, I've still much to learn of your people.
Then we're one and the same. Let's fix that.
Countess Anise. Barbed Veil, makes sense.
And finally, Anise. I know just the person for you.
About time. The suspense was killing me.
Countess, meet Barbed Veil, Spearmaster. I pity any who find themselves in the wrong end of her spear.
Are you speaking from experience, Commander?
The sparring match is soon to start. Who dares face our Spearmaster in this test of might?
How about you? Think you could take Barbed Veil one-on-one?
Apologies. The eve before battle leaves them restless, sparks nerves. They hide them with spears and boasting.
I don't know that I'd be the best sparring partner, but I think I have just the match. Commander.
Now this is getting entertaining.
How can I ever repay you for this, Anise?
I'm ready. Don't go easy on me.
Watch your stance.
There you go!
Thunder!
Charge down!
Exceptional Wayfinder. You face me one-on-one and live to boast. You've earned that right, and my respect. The strangers should fear the fate that tomorrow promises them.
Let's go.
Deft work out there, Wayfinder. Nothing like sparring to shake the pre-battle jitters. Me? Well, I'd rather dance them away. The eve of battle always wreaks havoc on my nerves.
Well, battle is plenty of cause for nervousness. If you stop feeling nervous, that's when you should be concerned.
Wise you are, Wayfinder. Speaking of calming the nerves, the Rite of the Warrior dance is starting up. Join the dance circle. Make the others jealous with your swan-like moves.
Swan-like?
The Rite of the Warrior dance commences. Who shall be first to thaw our dance circle? Perhaps a visitor. Wayfinder, you impress us with your sparring moves. Have you the dance moves to match?
You bet the Wayfinder does. Don't fret. I'll join you.
Gather round, fan our flames. Think of them as a warrior's life fire. That's it! A
Let's
dance
go.
on battle's eve loosens muscles and inhibitions. A fine tradition. Draw your bearkin near. Whether you set off to battle or stay back to hold down the fort, what a crowd! Let Ashmakers tell of this battle's eve for ages to come. Thank you all!
Let's see, where's Stoic Elder? Hey there, friend. How you doing?
Gathered here we are to remember. No. Makes it sound like a funeral pyre. Wayfinder.
They'll appreciate your message, whatever wording you settle on.
Your assurance is appreciated. Although, I wish the message were one I needn't deliver.
I understand.
Never gets easier. Although, truth be told, I wouldn't want it to. I've some prepared remarks. Keep them brief, I shall, lest the rumble of your stomachs drown out my words. But first, I shall offer the floor to our visitors. If you've your own words to air, please, come forth.
I didn't come with a prepared speech, but as the leader of the Astral Ward and a vanguard of the Tyrian Alliance...
Huh. Now he's a vanguard? What happened to the triviality of Tyrian politics?
I'm sure the muse will strike. The foes before us may seem marvels, born of worlds unknown. Let me assure you, they are nothing new. Past millennia watched the Titans rise to power, only to be buried by history's indifferent debris. Tomorrow, we shall damn them to that same insignificant fate. Will they appear again in a future distant from our own? Who knows? Instead, we must remember life's true constant. The struggle for survival. Incessant, ruthless, natural. It is that very force your tribe reveres that powers life.
Forgot how long he talks
fear
for.
not these crude beasts. No. Fear repose. fear a life so catatonic it makes risking death feel like living. I find it all rather freeing. Don't you?
For a minute there, I thought he had it. But then he kept talking.
That's what I was thinking.
Still not the worst pep talk he's given.
Our guest speech may seem disquieting, as is war, a thief of solace, and most cruelly, hope. Far too many of us know this firsthand. So I share with you a poem from moons long past. It has seen me to brighter shores. May it do you that same kindness. As we march toward peril's hearth, our kinfolk at our sides, each step, perhaps, could be our last, or first, toward kinder skies. Our spears will dawn, and fight till dawn, to guard the grounds we've stood, but won't have won till battle's done, and stays that way for good, and stays that way for good. That sentiment I find freeing. Until we see such times, we march, bear kin and allied friends, to guard our grounds against a foe most wicked. What they have in strength, they lack in respect for one another. We have both, and some damn good spears.
Let's go.
That was a very compelling speech, Elder.
They always seem to come together at the last moment. Still, tomorrow comes too soon.
We've prepared, tested our plan of attack, celebrated the many reasons for living. It's time.
Suppose it is, Wayfinder. But for now, the eve is young, and the festivities beckon. I do advise you all to get a good night's rest. Tomorrow, we rise.
Better than mood loot.
Everyone goes back to the party. Let's go. Alright. Let's see. Balrior. So we're gonna go to the spot of the... Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna go to the place for the raid and the convergence in the Janthir region. Yeah.
Fired up.
Almost ran directly into the raid. Balrior Peak. Mount Balrior. Let's do it. Oh, I'm very familiar with this now. Although they are...
Good, we're all here. Bad news first. A nasty storm is coming. It's blocking the reinforcements from crossing the bay, even with the lowlanders guiding them.
If that storm is headed our way, then we probably need to get moving.
Scouted ahead. There are some ruins just up the mountain. Might be a good foothold before we push on the Titans.
Anything else?
That's as far as I felt comfortable going alone. Spawn everywhere, from all three of them.
Can we push to the camp and take it from there? We just don't have a lot of time. Every move needs to be deliberate.
Wait!
Vale, what are you doing here?
I'm not letting our claw climb Mount Barrier without his spear, Master.
A good warrior, an even better friend. May the wind carry us.
My spear is yours, Alder.
Ready, everyone?
No time like the present.
Let us end this.
Alright, let's go.
Eyes on the Titan spawn!
Fired up! Feel the burn! Charged up.
A moment of relief.
We go.
There, look.
And filled with the stranger's spawn.
Come on, let's make quick work of this.
Feel the burn! Eat that!
This matches well with the first part of the raid. You climb up the hill and you meet up with someone, and then you
That was a blast.
kill everything up here in the camp.
Flames are my friend. Ah, such might. Feel the burn.
Secured.
Clear sky. The mist's energy shouldn't be too severe. We'll have the upper hand.
And no bloodstone in sight. Also good.
Time is our main enemy then, especially if a storm's rolling in. Dagda, any idea where they are?
Close. But their energies are separate? They're on opposite sides of the peak.
Maybe they're expecting us. Probably a trap.
Regardless, they'll learn of our presence quickly. And if they can sense when their spawn are killed, they're already preparing.
It's a little while, but I have an idea. If they split up now, so should we. We know Greer's and Decima's song and dance. We all start picking them off, while Sorrow and Dagda keep the others busy.
I like that. Work our way around the mountain, keep them separated, kill them separated.
If the air tells me truth, Greer is to the east, Decima to the west. Harder to say, but north.
Okay, you all head to Greer. Like Pokey said, we know his ways. Dagda, you hold Decima in place.
When Greer is dead, be ready to move. I'll send a portal that'll bring you all straight to me and Decima.
Ready to go?
Let's move out.
Good luck.
Let's do it.
How's everyone feeling about this?
A pinch nervous, but this is necessary.
I look ahead for days without strife, hoping they near.
Lightning bolt!
This is Centros. Did you catch this one? Wait. Button.
They never relent.
Blighted Beast.
Charged up. Feel the
Which also
burn.
tracks with the raid.
Flames are my friend. Air. Is this a dream?
Done. One less to worry about. Let's keep moving.
There, just ahead.
Let's go.
Hey there, Greer.
You come once more to court, death.
No more hiding, Greer.
Bravery, a trait of
Charged
the
up.
ignorant.
Feel the burn. Charged up. That was a blast. Charged. Lightning.
You could worship us, Malice Sword Shadow. Let us guide you.
Feel the burn.
This is gonna be cathartic.
Strength is mine.
Patience will speed your decay.
The false god fears death?
That was
Funny.
a blast. Feel the thunder. Charged up.
Get destroyed, Greer.
Just a story to scare cubs. That's all your kind is worth.
I'm poisoned. Strength is mine.
Decima, return to the foundry.
Are we okay? Everyone alive? Alive? Yeah. Right on time. Come on.
Portal. Teleport. Oh, is this bugged? Do I have to kill these?
Feel the burn.
I feel like I remember having to kill these to go through. Where are you going?
Feel the burn. That was a blast.
Okay. Now we should be able to go through. In theory. There we go. Hey there, Dagda.
Quiet. She's just ahead. I'm certain she can smell me.
I think she's waiting for us to make the first move.
Might be. Let's make her regret that.
Alright, let's go.
The ants return for a crumb of bread, unknowing what.
That was a blast.
I can smell him on you.
Yeah,
You.
killed him. I did.
Watch for her lightning.
That.
We know how vicious she
These
can be.
lands. Charged up. Feel the burn.
Outer circle. Green line, get in the green line.
You are next to enter the flame.
You are next. We already killed
Ooh.
Rodbringer.
Try to dodge that. Hey, Spooky. Run. Get to it.
Decima.
Meet you in the
Toki, you good?
Easy, cub.
My son.
He's a berserker. Forgot all that.
Gonna feel that one for a bit.
Dagda, Commander, I think you two should go ahead. I don't think the rest of us can push much further.
Yeah. Probably wise. Wayfinder, how is your strength? Are you okay to face Ura?
Let's go.
I will remain here and protect them while you march.
I can sense sorrow and Ura ahead. Come on.
Let's do it. Like we did with the trees. Beautiful. And guess what? We can go up here. And... Wait, does it not work in the story mode? That's boring. In the raid you can use those to jump up higher. They shoot you up in the air and then you can go over top that rock. And then over here and you could skip this part and go up there and just follow the trail.
Titan spawn.
Sorrow probably cleared the
Okay,
way.
there.
I hope.
Oh, supposed to... Oh. Good job. Oh, come on. Now there's this...
Feel the
this
burn!
one.
Faster! Lightning! Charge lightning bolt! That was a blast! Feel the burn!
Come on.
Feel the burn!
There we go. That's fine.
Charged up!
Sorrow. Where is Ura?
Ahead, I think. She's managed to elude me thus far. Keeps sending spawn to block my path.
Like these.
Feel the burn! Flames are my friend. Lightning! Charged up!
Alright. Let's get out of combat real quick. Mount up. Chain and pull.
Where could she...
Look. Is that a piece of bloodstone?
It is.
Charged up! Ha! Extra damage!
The bloodstone is about to surge. Come to me!
You are very far away.
You killed the gods.
Emerge, beast!
Hey there, Hurrah. How you doing?
I will drag your souls to the foundry to build my kin anew.
It was a very different mechanic than the raid. That's a mechanic from the raid, though. In the raid, you use the fragments to deal with certain mechanics that the boss does, not plugging geysers.
Charged up.
This mechanic we want to keep off here. We can kill it. We can kill it. We don't need to. I'm going the entire run at this point.
Feel the burn. Air. Charged up. Lightning bolt. Burn. Charged up. Feel the burn. Thunder. Strength is mine. Burn.
I will make you beg for death.
You're no god. You are not even of the gods.
Rise instead.
This way. Where did the plants come from? Wait, what?
Feel the burn.
I guess it could have been like Waiting Sorrow or something.
Our small murmur visions of your village. Perhaps I'll visit them next.
Charged up. Rocks and mountains.
Burn, 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 burn.
Feel the thunder. Charged up. Lightning bolt.
Do you just sit here now? This is the entire rest of the fight? I say as I attack too quick, I swapped my tumas too quickly to actually set off that extra attack.
Spilling God-spawn blood will doom your fate.
Doom my fate? Huh. Faster. Charged up. Charged up.
The indicator is off.
You will never break my people again.
all we came through. It's wide open.
The door we came through sits open. What does that mean?
I knew there had to be a catch.
We'll figure that out. But for now, she's dead. All three of them are. I'll collect the others and return them to the village. Their wounds need tending.
I'll meet you there. I want to linger behind for a moment. What did you want from us? From Tyria?
Back to Harveston. Okay. Harveston is like way over this way. Aggressive in combat though. Because I just had to move a little bit forward.
Feel the burn! Flames are my friend.
Rude.
Thunder! I'll remember this. Feel the burn! Give me energy. Charged up.
Okay. There we go. Now we can head back to the Harvest Den. Let's see. Okay. It's nighttime.
Wayfinder, welcome to the night of quiet breath. Feast before the battle, take a nap after.
Ah, my kind of party.
Come on. Everyone's resting.
Okay, Ethan and Malice. Just standing outside the front door.
That was one heck of a fight. Glad it's done.
Exhilarating, though. Not quite the same as fighting an Elder Dragon, but a battle worthy of some fable.
Thank you both for all of this. Excellent backup you were.
Oh yes, that was all you, Cup.
You're very welcome.
Anytime, kid.
Pause inside with Sorrow and the blue guy. Might want to make our way in before...
Oh no. Malice and I will wait out here and keep guard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get moving, kid. Wouldn't want to miss the show.
After this, I'm starting torpor early.
Wayfinder, never has your arrival been so gladly received. Thank you for allowing us in your home, Claw of the Lowland Coden.
The threat has passed. Now, we must heal.
I agree. And on the topic of healing, Waiting sorrow has more to tell you.
More?
Ah.
Hey now, my cerulean guest. We already know she's a wizard, or whatever you want to call all that.
Little Claw, there is more to say. There's a version of the story that would take me years to explain, but I owe this to you both. Thousands of years ago, long before Or's prime, I was born of whispers, visions and images. I was destined to become a voice of Coda, the youngest the Coden of that era had seen. My Claw, he was kind, fierce. He sat with me many a night as I acclimated to my role. We bonded, but the dragon storm raged outside our dens, and as the storm picked up, Coda's voice turned angry. My reality changed. I started losing myself. I couldn't trust the visions. They lied to me. I'm not certain it was Coda that I heard. I hated having a destiny, and I felt like a threat. So, I left.
I know this story.
Sorrow came to me, and I helped her sever her tie to the mists. Coda's voice no longer burdened her.
You are the missing voice of our ancestors.
I am. And I have regretted leaving my people every day since. That's why I came here.
My people are not a balm for your wounds.
That's never how I meant it to be. I am sorry, Alder.
Air is what I need.
You're already getting a good amount of it, but, you know, fair enough.
I'll go to him. Has a habit of retreating into himself, he does. Sorrow, you are not the monster you fear.
They needed to know you did what was necessary.
Now they do.
Wayfinder, back at the Wizard's Tower when you first returned Sorrow home, you may have noticed an air of tension, and the mention of Mabon.
Right. I was wondering about that.
It seems that our friend kept a few secrets under lock and key.
200 years ago, Mabon went to Bavanisos right after the Titans licked it clean. After the Mersat had been killed. Mabon told me he went to hide a mist gate that they kept in the gut of the city. He placed a ward over the isle. But when he died, that ward fell. All of Bavanisos once again exposed to the world.
I was with the Lowlanders when it happened. Even they felt their fur stand up.
Aurora mentioned a door being open. Do you think...
I believe they came from the very gate that Mabon sought to hide. But even I don't know how it opened again.
If it's still open, then we need to find it and do whatever we can to shut it.
I agree, Wayfinder. Before any more Titans are forged.
Bavanisos is the worst of Janthir. Maybe one of the worst waypoints in Tyria's history. The situation must be contained.
I guess we're headed to Bavanisos then.
I will inform the Alliance. For a fleeting interaction between Mabon and I to become the focus of my thoughts, and one that happened 2 centuries past. I don't want to think of him as a liar, or ignorant.
Did he lie?
I don't know. But he certainly kept truths to himself. I was kept in shadow.
We'll find out what happened. I know that was hard, but it's good that they know.
I mourn, but I can't deny the lightness. A shackle. Released. I try not to regret my decisions, Wayfinder. There was no world where I remained with the Bearkin all those years ago. My visions were violent and indistinguishable from truth. I would have hurt someone, perhaps many, and he would have never led them southward. The Bearkin of the Lowland would not have thrived as they do now. Thank you for the shoulder, Wayfinder. But I would like to be left to my thoughts for a while.
Lightning!
You okay, Pokey?
You know, I'm just fine. Is that okay? I feel like my core should be shaking. But if I'm being earnest with you, Wayfinder, I'm fine. Really, I've got a lot of questions, but fearful I am not. My own world is just very small all of a sudden. And in the best way. There's so much more world to see. I want to see Sorrow's world, your world. I want to hear stories. I want to know more about magic. I want to see Tyria. I just need to make sure Pa's okay, you know? I was born when the world started changing. He's always lived in the wilds.
I've heard that tale from Ashmakers my entire life.
I'm sorry. I never meant to deceive you. I'm put into a lot of situations like that.
Blame you I cannot. You are just another leaf caught in the runoff. However, I don't think I can join your alliance. Not right now. It's not for fear of you. Your alliance has been generous. Most of the Astral Ward as well. Our world expanded with such velocity. I fear what may happen if the tides spill past the shore.
I understand. And regardless of your place in the Alliance, that won't stop us from helping you, or the Bearkin.
You are a considerate diplomat. Despite my rumblings, there are worse examples for my son to follow.
Keith Malice.
Are you headed back to the Grove, then?
As much as I'd like to stay here with the Bearkin, yes, I should. I need to be with Mother. Mind you, I certainly don't regret coming. The Bearkin are safer now, and that brings me joy. I'm sad to leave. But if Mother were to worsen, well, this is not where I'm most needed.
Hopefully her cure is just over the horizon.
I hope so. Time will tell.
I bet you're eager to get back to the office.
You know it. We accomplished a lot here. I also shook off some dust that desperately needed shaking. Been an Imperator for a while, but after Bangar, gotta admit, I was rattled. Needed to find my own wilderness again. This was good for that. I got back out into the field, got my paws nice and muddy. Didn't see the whole Titan thing coming. Almost a little poetic, yeah?
Did you find your wilderness, then?
The best thing about finding one's wilderness is that you're not really supposed to. Instead, you find comfort in not knowing. I don't want to be Connor. Too much wilderness. I'm ready to return to Ash, but I need to be in the field too.
Alright. That concludes the first of the extra releases for Janthir. Bit short. Bit short for sure. We'll do the second one now. That's how it is. Countess Anise, urgent summons. Oh, that also might mean that some characters might not be voiced, and I'll need to be prepared for that. We'll see. Let's see. Urgent summoning. Screening Commander. First, the positive news. Through the combined efforts of the Tyrian Alliance, the Astral Ward, and several volunteers from the Lilian community, we have managed to push through Janthir's northern isles into the outskirts of Bava Nisos. Now for the, I'll put it diplomatically, less positive news. Despite our progress, we've been unable to access the city itself. We have teams surveying the area as we speak, but, as is often the case, we'd benefit from your assistance. I ask that you head to Janthir Sentry to rendezvous with Iskarn, Waiting Sorrow, and myself at Thunder Bay Point. Fair warning that reaching the location will require some involved travel. Waiting Sorrow offered Poison Arrow transport via teleportation, but he was eager to travel by sea. Considering your seafaring experience, we thought it best to entrust you with safely transporting the Cub. He will meet you at the launch point to make the trip. Anticipating your revival, Countess Anise. Alright, so we head to, I guess, this waypoint, since we didn't end up picking up the northern one. Not ideally. Not ideal, but, you know. Okay. Speed. Okay, let's try that again. Speed. Oh, sorry. Speed. Slow us down a bit. There's the waypoint.
You're becoming a fixture on these missions.
Now that I've had a taste of your gallivanting lifestyle, how can I return to the humdrum of provincial life? Besides, been a part of this from the start, I have. I'm here to see it through.
And your pa knows where you are?
Yes. He asked for volunteers. Wanted to repay the Alliance for their generosity. He's tending to things back home. Besides, I'll have a wayfinder by my side, and a damned powerful wizard awaiting my arrival.
Who could have teleported us there in an instant. Believe me, sea travel is nothing to romanticize.
My first real voyage. Picture it. The breeze ruffling my fur, all majestic-like as I brave the salty tide. Anchors away!
Alright, let's go. Into the Valley of Shadow. Oh, I love the art. This right here, beautiful. Huge fan. So good.
That's it. Get it out of your system. Consider it the sea's initiation.
Seasickness. The sea can be a cruel mistress.
Relieved that you made it in one piece. You certainly took the scenic route.
I had no hand in that decision.
Well, you're here, and that's what matters. Countess Anise certainly appreciates it.
Anise said the allies have made it to the outskirts of Bava Nisos, but it's inaccessible?
Correct. The Countess will get you up to speed. She's waiting on ahead.
Let's go.
Wayfinder?
Wayfinder?
Poised arrow. The sea's temper disturbs all in its wake.
Ginger root should calm your ails.
Or perhaps an elixir.
Whatever it takes.
Huh, you made it. How was your first voyage?
I'll do things your way next time.
Figured as much. I'll prepare you a nausea elixir once we're settled here.
Alright, let's go. Alright, Countess Anise is one of the ones who wasn't voiced last time I played this. So, let's see. Thank you both for coming. We need all the support we can get with this endeavor. Currently, we have Alliance, Ward, and Lowlander teams surveying the area, but they've yet to infiltrate city limits.
It was never going to be as easy as waltzing through the front door. Spectral agony looms thick over this entire isle.
Is that why it feels so heavy here?
You're sensing a futile cling to power long obliterated. The Mersad's prized torture method. Heavy as an understatement.
I felt it too, Wayfinder. It stinks deep, this isle. And I've been sensing a vast well of it somewhere north of us.
Suspicious muck usually protects important information. Maybe we start there.
The youth's instincts belie his age. The North is a graveyard for one of the bloodiest Seer Mersat battles. Our plan is to start north, but stay vigilant. Darkness looms here like a vindictive foe, raring to settle her score.
Alright, we hop out. Go talk to Anise, who won't have voice lines, and I'll have to read it. This way. The Scribe may have a flair for dramatics, but his concerns are warranted. Add to that, the Alliance increasing impatience. For now, we'll learn the area as best we can. We have survey teams dispatched north, south, and centrally across the Isle. As discussed, beginning in the north is your best bet. If you encounter anything odd, notably odd, contact me at once. Okay, will do.
This place makes the rest of Janthir look downright inviting. Not hard to get lost out here.
So right there we would have had to train a mastery. We're going through here. Like how he didn't contact Anise about it. Anything odd? Oh, this mirror turns me into a wisp. It lets me travel places.
Charged up.
I'm sure it's fine though. I don't have the key.
What is that? I should inform Anise. Anise, can you hear me?
Everything alright, Commander?
There's something in the valley. It's glowing. I want to get a closer look.
Hold on. The last thing we need is you running off alone, chasing shiny objects. Come back and we'll regroup. I'll have the wizards meet you just north of base camp. That way you'll at least have them to accompany your research.
Fair enough. Be there soon.
Okay. I'll beat off Griffin.
Charged up. Wayfinder, the Countess told us to meet you. Said you saw something here.
It looked like some sort of glowing wisp, but I wasn't able to see it up close.
Interesting. I've been sensing something as well, a greater presence. It's potent, like the spectral agony, but also more...
familiar.
You feel it too, Ren?
I can offer protection from the spectral agony, provided you stay in my vicinity. Let us make haste.
Okay. Eidolon Essence. Yeah. Funny. Sergeant Roll. Okay. What achievements for me to get here? This is funny, the Eidolon Essence is because, in Guild Wars 1 you get to infuse your armor with Eidolon stuff, with the help from the series.
Is it supposed to hurt this bad?
Oh, poor thing. I forget how much higher our tolerance is to the agony.
I'm right there with you, Pokey. We'll push through.
So this is it.
What the? Did you hear that?
Yes. Weapon strong. Stay alert.
That voice. Why can't I place it?
I got too far from Mascara and he didn't want to keep going.
So many lives sacrificed. And for what?
Charged up.
Damned fools.
Who's there? Bold enough to insult us, but not to show yourself?
Little Claw.
Feel the burn!
He's taking
There it
actual
is.
damage now.
That's what I saw earlier. Sorrow, could that be what you were sensing?
Yes.
Yes.
Whoa, what is that? It's fascinating. Can I touch it?
Wait. Hold on. Commander, try using
Can I
the Heart
touch
of
it?
the Obscure on it.
Weapons, now!
Heretics must be cleansed.
Strength is mine!
Feel the burn! Charged up!
Get away from me!
Give it up!
One shouting about the Titans coming.
Fired up! It just won't stop! Charged up! Feel the burn!
That was a blast. Thunder!
Feel the burn!
The bad returns to close. Your arrogance precedes you in scarlet.
You know her?
No. I'll explain later. Stand your ground while I
They
get
go.
rid of her.
What? Don't want to tell them how you executed me in front of my family. No one doubts your capacity for cruelty.
And I'll kill
Charged
you
up.
again without a second thought.
Feel the burn!
That was a blast.
It's gone.
Charged up! Lightning bolt!
I'm going to evaporate Iskarn.
Charged. Feel the burn!
Keep fighting. I'll deal with the agony. Hurry! Get under here!
Thank you.
Feel the burn! Charged up. That's all of them. Is everyone all right?
It appears so.
Ren, that Mersat, was that?
What's happening?
Mabon.
So this is it. Your legacy of ruination. Itself ended in ruin. Our legacy. What did you expect? Was it worth it? Look how powerful you are now. Damned fools. We're damned fools who damned ourselves. And this is what we have to show for it.
You knew it was Mabon.
I thought it best not to trouble you until our safety was assured.
You knew him?
Another friend I failed in his time of need.
His history was complicated, his people's more so. Even he was left conflicted. That speaks nothing of you.
We should get out of here before the agony intensifies.
Yes, we need to inform Ignis of our findings regardless. Best we return to her.
Alright, let's go check in with Anise. Let's go. Let's see.
Anybody up for a stroll?
Legacy damned. Commander, last we spoke you left me on quite the cliffhanger.
Didn't mean to cause alarm. I had just caught sight of some glowing wisp. Upon closer inspection, it was...
Mabon, preserved in memory from his return in the wake of Bovanisos's destruction. Of that much I am certain.
I expected this area to draw out some ghosts of the past, but this...
Not just one, either. We were ambushed by a whole army. One even knows his Garin.
New. Yagon. A vile scourge even among the Mersat. She'll be dealt with.
Not much for peace of mind, but I'll take your word for it. As for Mabon...
We should retrace his path. The city's sealed, regardless. Why not look into it while we have the chance?
Then it's settled. Let's see what other secrets Mabon has left behind.
Ready to go, Commander? On your way out, you'll pass Researcher Rin. She'll point you in the right direction.
And Commander, if you find anything noteworthy, check in over comms. Best to stay in contact in a place like this.
Attack! Charged up.
Wayfinder. You seem focused, so I won't keep you. Anise said you're off to explore another section of the Isle. Based on my research, some of the Mersat's more infamous figures made their mark in the Isle's southernmost region. Humbly, I'd suggest starting there. But beware. Memories of the past fade far sooner than the scars they leave behind.
So hold on. Now y'all want to talk? Come on. Talk to Anise first. The Alliance has been up in arms on how to handle the situation. A new layer of complication is not what we needed. Ludo and Lady Livia are especially riled. They're pushing for stronger action over research. What that stronger action would amount to? Frankly, I'm not sure we're ready to see the consequences. And now Mabon's here. If only in spirit. Still, I hope he can provide some guidance. We could certainly use it. I normally don't envy your work, Commander, but from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind trading places for our time.
Yagon is an old rival from the height of the Seer Mersat War. Thought herself my equal. I beg to differ. And yes, I killed her myself. It was thorough. That's as much as I'll speak on the matter. War in those days was not for the timid. Makes modern battle look like a child's game. Regardless, not my proudest moment. But I did what was called for. Especially after what she created. Everyone that she killed. The world is better off without her. I stand by that. If only the old crone had stayed dead.
So, Mabon was a friend of yours?
Yes. He was a member of the Wizard's Court with me, and a very talented mesmer. One of the best I've encountered.
He seemed pretty upset at his people. And himself.
He He was from an ancient race with a complex history. The Mersat. They were often at war, with a dragon, with the Seers. Isgarin's people.
Ah.
Then, for a while, they were trying to keep a door closed. A door to another world, to keep the strangers out of Tyria. But they went about it in an extreme way. Killed a lot of innocent people. And in the end, the strangers won anyway. And they wiped out the Mersat entirely. Except for Mabon. He'd seen the error of their ways long before then.
I see why he was stressed. Seems like a pretty impressive guy, though.
He was.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and call it there for the stream. We don't have very much left to go for. Let's see, because there's this chapter. I think there's 2 or so more chapters. I think we'll finish everything left that there is in the game as story next week. Let's see, special. We still have 22 days until the next stuff comes. So, we're getting close to the ending. But thank you all so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. And, I'll see you next time. Take care, y'all.